either like my pinchies or my sights. My least favorite thing having diabetes is that we have to change my pod every 3 days.
My least favorite part of having to deal with type 1 diabetes is wearing a pump.
The thing I hate most is having to check myself 4 times a day and having to watch everything I eat.
My least favorite thing about diabetes is having to explain it to my friends. The hard thing about having that conversation is just to say that I have diabetes.
I just don't like how people make that snap judgment that type 1 makes me a lesser of a person.
When I was diagnosed, and I introduced people into my life to talk about diabetes, their first response was always, well, you don't seem like you're that out of shape, or is your diet that bad? Which would lead into the conversations what type 1 diabetes is.
Like my dad, I really do not like having to explain what it is. I also do not like it when my teachers single me out from other students. Because then everyone always looks at me.
My least favorite thing about diabetes is the chronic nature of the disease, not being able to take a day or a weekend off.
Hi, I'm Dr. Mark Atkinson, and I'm the director of the Diabetes Institute at the University of Florida. The purpose of this video message is to provide thanks. Thank you for what you're doing not only tonight in support of Juvenile Diabetes Foundation research efforts, but what you provide the rest of the year through your participation in walks, through advocacy, and through getting information out about type 1 diabetes. We're very proud of the research programs that we have here at the University of Florida. We're widely considered one of the top programs not only in this nation, but in the world. And that comes through, again, in large part, through the support that you provide with JDRF. We're very proud that for the last 5 years we have been the #1 supported institution that JDRF provides finances to in the world in the area of type 1 diabetes. And we use those funds expeditiously, all toward trying to improve the lives of individuals with type 1 diabetes, as well as in trying to find a means to prevent and cure the disease. So again, thank you so much for what you do, and we're honored that you're part of our team.
If they called me with a cure, I have several type 1 diabetic friends. We're going down to Key West and celebrating on Duval Street.
There'd be a lot of tears in my future if that call came through. Words won't describe what the emotions would show in that situation. I would like to say that happiness would be the first thing, but relief would really be the first emotion on my face, knowing that the future of her life would be one not focused on injections and blood glucose and all those levels, but just going out and living her life. So relief would be the first thing I think I would have.
I probably wouldn't believe them at first. I'd think it's too good to be true, and then I'd probably eat a giant piece of cake and go to sleep and just sleep through the night without waking up to check my blood sugar.
I would first be like, I'm reorganizing my backpack because my medical stuff actually does make it a bit heavier. And I would run and throw my arms around my dad and be like, we don't have to deal with this anymore, and we can go back to whatever our lives were before that.
I'd be really happy. I'd probably cry. I'd be I'd be so happy.
If they found a cure, I'd be really happy and excited because I can play sports without having to worry.
It would take a lot of stress off me because during halftime, I wouldn't have to take time and miss out during the game and check my numbers.
I'm gonna say that I love you, doctor. Thank you for finding out the cure. Thank you. And I'll eat whatever I want without any insulin and peel my sensor off, peel my pod off. No more pinchies. Okay, goodbye.
I get insets now.
And insets from your pump?
Yes.
And how does the pump give you insulin? Through the inset?
It's about that big. And then there's a little pink part that goes in the middle, and it's this big.
And how do you check your numbers?
See this little triangle? You press that on your finger, and then you squeeze it. Then you take this, and then you scoop it. Scoop this. The numbers are 95.
And do you think that they'll find a cure for this?
I hope so.
I hope so too. If you could say something to all the people who are giving money to find a cure for diabetes, what would you say to them?
I would say thank you.
And they're right there in the camera. You want to tell them?
Thank you.